I got so many bees on me right now. They're all over me. They're everywhere. Oh, this is fun. I'm not loving the ones in the back of my neck. But so far they're not bothering me. They're just landing on me. But as you can see, there's so many freaking bees in the air. I mean, they've landed on top of everything around. On the fence, on me. I don't know what this is, if it's... Come on, not in my ear, please. I think they kind of empty the hive out so the queen can go. And I guess they follow her out and then they come back and they kind of wait for her to go back in, is what it seems. I'm trying to keep an eye in the sky to see if I can see a ball, you know, of the actual queen and the drones. And I'm trying to keep the camera on here and keep an eye on the front of the hive to see if, you know, if I see them come back, see her come back. It'd be tough to kind of spot her, but sometimes it's not that tough because she does look a lot different. Got bees in my ear right now. I'm starting to settle back in. I have a lot of bees up here, a lot of drones, so I don't imagine these mating flights are going to be all that difficult. There's plenty of drones, plenty of genetics out here between these 18 splits and the 22 colonies I have on the roof. Just a beautiful sight. The sun is trying to poke through, and when it barely did, they went off. Now it's like I said, the air is settling down. There's not nearly as many bees in the air as there were. They're still kind of everywhere, sitting around on all the lids. And there are still quite a few bees in the air. And they're still all over me. And I can't tell, but I think there's one on my ear. Yep. So I'm just kind of sitting still. I'm trying to let these girls settle back in and not get stung just by smushing one of them up against me. The ones in the ear are starting to tickle. I'm just getting up to try to clear myself of bees, since they're literally all over my back where I can't see them. Come on, girls. Come on. Just trying to get the ones out of the... So I don't know if you can tell the difference from this side, but the traffic is definitely slowed. I got not nearly the amount of bees in the air. Like I said, I don't know how long these mating flights take. As it seemed, it didn't seem like it's taken very long at all. Lots of bees in the air real quick. The queen gets out there, I imagine she can mate rather efficiently with you know, the amount of drones that I got around. Once again, I'm just going to take a peek, see if I can see the queen. If she's bouncing around out here, maybe I can get a spot of her. Take a look. Pretty amazing to see this firsthand. And in 10 minutes, the difference from that whirlwind. They get out, do their thing, and then they're coming back and settling down. Like I said, I'm just looking for the queen. See if I can see her. Trying to hope bees don't crawl down my collar. I got one right on it. That's 4, 5. That's 5. 5, what I believe to be mating flights. And I'm just amazed to be able to sit here and watch it happen. And to be able to get some video of it to show you guys. Probably most of us don't get a chance to see this. Now, I'll go and reiterate how I made these splits. All of these colonies here, I took the nuke box that overwintered and survived. I took the strongest frame I could find out of each one. What I mean by that is the one with brood, eggs, resources, drones. The heaviest, basically the heaviest frame I could find, and that's the one I did the split with. I set them up in these 2 frames with an empty and put a hive top feeder on it and left them go. This is now 16 days. This is 16 days since I made the splits. So by the math, you know, these eggs were already started before I made the splits, or you know, they chose one that was already ready. Now, some of these colonies were making queens already anyway. They were doing this, you know, they were gearing up for swarming already. So I expedited that process by making the splits, and some of the frames had cells on them, or they were, you know, cups with larvae. So these splits were happening about when I expected them to, and these mating flights are about when I'm expecting them to happen this week. Over yesterday, today, tomorrow, probably the next several days, this type of behavior should be happening. And like I said before in yesterday's videos, it is known that they bring a lot of bees back with them from that mating flight. It's kind of a frenzy, and everybody gets all amped up and excited, and they follow those queens back. So sometimes you end up with a lot more bees in that box than you had, and that seemed to be the case for the 4 that went off yesterday, and with this one as well. I'm not seeing anybody else that's really geared up right now, but won't be surprised one bit if we start to see a lot of action today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow's going to be a bit of a wash. We got rain, but Wednesday is supposed to be the next nice sunny day. So I imagine Wednesday will be the day that the rest of these might start popping off if they don't do it today. A lot of electricity in the air with all this happening, and exciting news. Seeing this happen is just amazing. All right, maybe I'll check back in. It's getting a little bit long, this video, but just to give you an idea, I mean, it's a 13-minute, almost a 14-minute video now, and almost this entire process happened probably in 20 minutes. 20 minutes, the queen left, went on her mating flight, and now most of that mating swarm seems to have settled back on the box. Still have a lot of bees in the air up above the building over here. I don't know if you can see that. There might be where my mating flight is happening. Let me pause and go take a look. Okay, well, that's probably another good reason why I got a lot of bees in the air. This one looks like this is going to go too. They might be doing the same thing. This colony had cells last week. I split them up, and it looks like we got some more mating flight behavior going on. I had happened to look up. I happened to look up and saw this kind of whirlwind of bees happening, and thought, hey, maybe my queen's out here floating around. You can generally, from videos I've seen, you can kind of see it. You know, it's pretty easy to see a bunch of drones all clumped together. Yeah, just pouring out of the top of this thing. I got my inner cover on backwards. That should be facing the front, but they're making use of it just the same. Yeah, buddy, lots of bees. Lots of freaking bees. There's bees everywhere. They're just everywhere. Bees everywhere. Wow. Man, can you see how many bees are out there? Jeez Louise. I got to be careful where I walk. Everywhere I step, there's just bees landed everywhere. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, man. The season is upon us, and I am on fire up here. Right on. Nice.